Hey dreamers, how are you? Welcome back to another lovely live ASMR session here on YouTube. If you are here live with me, thank you for hanging out with me tonight for a little bit. I really appreciate you. And if you're watching this after the fact, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. I really enjoy doing these live shows a little bit more than just kind of making regular videos. So I hope you guys enjoy these too. Get to interact with the chat and talk to you guys, and I don't know, it's just a lot more fun. But today we're going to be doing the ASMR tag. I've seen a lot of my ASMR friends do this, and I've also been asked by a few people now if I was going to do this as well. So I figured, well, I guess I might as well do that. There's a lot of really good questions in there too, so I figured it would be a fun little video to do for you guys. So hi, how are you doing? Today is Thursday evening? Almost Friday. Hopefully you have been having a great week. If not, then I hope the rest of your week is amazing. It's almost the weekend, so hopefully you get to at least sleep in a little bit or do something fun over the weekend. But yeah, I just want to do a quick shout out to the person that kind of inspired me to actually do this video. Somebody new that I actually found. Their name on YouTube is Screaming Pizza ASMR. And it's an ASMR channel, but I really like the name Screaming Pizza. It's hilarious. But obviously she doesn't scream on the videos. But yeah, shout out to her. I'm actually going to be reading off the ASMR tag questions from her description box in her video. So thanks for your help. But yeah, alright, let's get started. Question 1. When was the first time that you experienced ASMR? My first time experiencing ASMR was back in 2012 or 2000. Well, I guess that was my first time finding ASMR. My first time experiencing ASMR was when I was maybe, I don't know how old I was. I was in maybe first or second grade, or maybe even kindergarten back then. Basically, I used to go to this, it was preschool through third grade, I think, kind of elementary school thing. And during lunchtime, we would eat our food, and afterward they would grab a handful of students and have each student grab a bucket of water, a sponge, and a cleaning solution, and they would have each student or each one of those handful of students go to each desk and spray it down with some cleaner and wipe it down with the sponge, and then I think they would have another person go back behind them with a bucket of clean water and go back with a rag or something like that, somehow or another. And I just remember every time one of the students would come over and clean my desk, I would just get those tingles, something about them wiping the desk and the spraying sound, and just the whole culmination of that action of somebody doing something for me was just so tingle inducing. And that was the first time that I experienced it. And yeah, it was always an interesting feeling because I had never, obviously didn't know what it was. It didn't really have a term back then. So yeah, that was interesting. And throughout my life, it would occur. I would get the tingles. But I never really paid attention to it until probably around 2013, where I actually found the ASMR community. Okay, so question number 2. When was the first time you watched ASMR on YouTube? So that's a perfect segue. The first time I started watching ASMR was in 2013, I think. Yeah, it was 2013 because I started in 2014. So in 2013, I was in the military, and I was out in South Korea doing I think it was a 4-month tour there. And I remember I was watching it was a how-to video for spray painting. And I'm sure you guys have seen videos of this before, maybe even out in real life on the streets, where you would have artists using spray paints to make really cool space art. And I remember being super interested in that. And so I was watching videos of a person doing like a tutorial, and in something between the shaking of the spray can and the way that he was teaching how to do it, and scraping at the the paper, it caused me to have tingles, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I haven't had this in a while. What is this? So I did my little Google search, and that's when I found ASMR, or whisper videos, which they were kind of called back then. And yeah, that was the first time I started watching ASMR videos, because once I found out about ASMR, I found, fast ASMR, gentle whispering, ASMR massage, or massage ASMR, and Heather Feather, of course, and all the OGs. And yeah, it blew my mind. Like, oh my god, like this is actually a thing. This is amazing. And it particularly helped me because being in the military, I was super stressed out a lot, and it was always nice to have these videos to, like, whenever I got home from work, I could just throw one on and relax. It was really nice. Let's see, question number 3. What's your favorite unintentional ASMR video? This is an interesting one because I don't have any keys. I do have a coin. Some of my favorite unintentional ASMR videos lately are they're and people don't really do this anymore. There's one guy who still does it, and he's really popular. His name is Jerry Rig Everything, and he does reviews on iPhones and all kinds of different phones. But he does what's called a scratch test or durability test, and these kinds of tests were done a lot within the past like five or 6 years, I would say. And it's just a video, and it could be done by anyone, of a person testing the durability of their phone screen, usually touting that the phone has Gorilla Glass, and they want to test out, to see what scratches and what doesn't scratch it. So in these videos, you have, whoever it is making the video, using various different objects like coins, knives, keys, pretty much anything, sharp, to try and scratch the phone and see how durable the phone glass is. And so I don't know how I came upon it, but just something about the tapping, and oh my god, this sound in particular, like just that rubbing on glass sound. Can you hear that? But yeah, they're oh gosh, there's like, I have a whole playlist full of like scratch test videos, and they work every time for giving me tingles. Every time, it's without fail. And I guess for those of you that don't really like loud sounds, it might not be as effective for you. But I'd say give it a try. Look up like such and such phone scratch tests, and maybe I can link my playlist that I have, because there are scratch test videos that have like really annoying intros with like, dubstep music, and the person in the video is like talking way too loud, and it's just not relaxing at all. But there are plenty of videos that are like just super, super relaxing. The person's just talking normally, nothing too crazy or out of the ordinary, and it's so good. It's so good. Okay, let's see. Question number 4. Name the last 5 ASMR artists that you watched. So I'm actually going to take this opportunity to just shout out like more than 5. So like I said earlier, Screaming Pizza ASMR. I just found their videos yesterday or the day before. I've been watching Tender Loving ASMR lately. I have to look through my playlist really quick. May ASMR, MEI. May. Chipmunk on Wheels. Have one of her bottle shaking sounds. And it's probably another question later, but liquid shaking and bottle shaking are some of my favorite sounds. There's ASMR Chills. Fast ASMR, of course. Darkest Star ASMR. He's a really good friend of mine and makes fantastic role plays. so creative. And I really think like he should have a lot more views than he gets. So if you have a chance to check out Darkest Star ASMR, he's one of my favorites. Let's see. It's been a while since I've like kind of branched out and like searched up other ASMR videos. It's one of those things that I know a bunch of you kind of like, you find a person who does ASMR and you kind of just like stick to them because you like the way that they do things. But I try to I think there's Whisper Wiz. She makes good videos. Miss Vintage Tingles, I always shout her out because she's absolutely amazing. She has like really, really good quality lo-fi like videos. They're fantastic. And yeah, so there's a few. And I'm sure, in the comments, you guys can suggest ones that you enjoy. Keep that love, that ASMR love flowing, because that's always nice. All right, let's see. Question number 6. Question number 5. What is your favorite ASMR trigger to listen to? And like I said before, it's bottle shaking, like liquid shaking. With like various different, thicknesses, viscosities of liquid. And then liquid spraying is just so good for me. Love it, love it, love it. And then question number 6, what is your least favorite trigger to listen to? I would probably say like tongue clicking or like anything heavy on mouth sounds. I'm not a fan of. I don't get like that like angry reaction some people get to chewing sounds and mouth sounds. But I don't know, it just doesn't really do anything for me. Like if somebody's super heavy and like forced in the way that they speak instead of just talking normally, that's kind of a turn off for me as well when it comes to ASMR. Like just speak. Just whisper and talk normally, and don't force it too much. Let's see. Question number 7. Do you use ASMR to relax or fall asleep? Yes, all the time. All the time. There was actually a couple months where I wasn't really listening to ASMR much. But I recently brought it back into my life as far as like using it to help me kind of relax and go to sleep easier. Or at least get in the mood to be calm and want to fall asleep for sure. Question number 8. What is your bedtime routine? Usually it's like take shower, maybe play some video games for a little bit, and maybe watch some, catch up on some YouTube videos that I hadn't watched throughout the day or like during my gym session or whatever. And then, fall asleep. Nothing really too crazy. I don't really do anything interesting as far as taking a shower. I take a normal shower. Let's see. Question number 9. What is your favorite trigger to do? That's an interesting one. That's a very interesting one. I guess tapping sounds are great, and also like I actually got into ASMR by like one of my first videos was like liquid shaking, I think. So that's always fun to do, just because I enjoy the sound itself, and so it's just nice to do. But yeah, tapping is usually fun for me. I don't mind doing kissing sounds. Kissing sounds is cool. They're pretty simple to do, and you guys really enjoy those, so I don't really mind doing those anymore. Let's see. Question number 10. What is your least favorite trigger to do? I don't know if I have one. Oh, actually, it's what's and I don't know what it's called nowadays, but it's it's like inaudible or unintelligible, like whispering or speaking. So how can I how can I how can I show an example? What is that kind of sound where it's like you're almost like restricting like airflow to like you speak to make like just those like little, I don't know, clicky sounds. And the only reason I don't like doing it is just it's a little bit hard on the throat, at least the way that I do it. I don't know if there's a more effective way to do that sound, but yeah, that's probably my least favorite to do. Number 11. How long does it take you to make a video? Ooh, that's a good one. I'd say most videos take, like actually recording, I usually like to do, like one continuous session, or like one take is the word I was looking for. So like I'll record, a video in one go, and like if I mess up, I'll just stop and then re-record it, again, all in one go. I won't try to like splice things together or whatever. So usually a video will take, I guess depending on the kind of video and how much prep I have to do, if I have to get into costume or, figure out if there's certain points that I want to hit throughout the video, depending on, if it's an anxiety help kind of video or whatever it may be. It could take anywhere from a half hour to maybe like 2 hours almost. And then including editing and rendering time, that's another like 2-3 hours, and uploading. So yeah, a single video could take hours, depending on the quality. Shout out to everybody in chat that's saying I love you. I love you too. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Question number 12. Have you ever gotten tingles from your own videos? I have, actually. Usually when I'm editing my videos with certain sounds, I will end up triggering myself. And usually that's how I know it's going to be a really good video. Like if I'm editing and just like listening to the playback and it hits me, then I'm like, ooh, okay, yeah, that's going to be a good one. Let's see. Question number 13. Do you watch your own videos? I don't, actually. I kind of, and I don't know why I do this or why this is my process, but like I'll record a video, I'll, watch it back while I'm editing, make sure everything is all nice and tight, and then I'll upload it and then send it off into the void and just see what happens with it and hope people enjoy it. I don't really go back and watch my videos for any reason. And I don't know, I guess there's no real reason why. Like I would rather watch someone else do it, than myself. Let's see, question 14. What software do you use to edit? I use Final Cut Pro 10. And that's a software that I don't think you can use it on a Windows machine. You can only use it with an Apple machine. So I just use my MacBook Pro that I got while I was in college, and I just use that to edit. Pretty awesome program. I like the simplicity of it because it's a simple program to use once you get the hang of it, and it also has a lot of tools that you can add to it. If need be, or that it does have in itself. So it's pretty great. I know a lot of people that do have Windows machines like using like Adobe Premiere, or what's that other one? Adobe. I forget the name of the other one. It's like the one for effects. That's really good for effects. But anyway, the Adobe video editors, I don't really like the workflow and how the editing is done. It's kind of like Photoshop where it's done in layers, whereas in Final Cut Pro everything is like on a timeline. So all your clips are organized and like snapped together, and it's easy to like rearrange things. And it's hard to describe the difference. Like it's like a visual thing. I like Final Cut Pro rather than like Photoshop, or the Photoshop version of like editing. Like I love Photoshop for like, photo editing, but when it comes to video, I'm not really. After Effects, that's the one. But yeah, I'm not really a fan of those. But probably just because I haven't taken the time to use it. But again, it's a visual thing. Like Final Cut Pro is just visually easier to get my bearings with in using, rather than like After Effects or Premiere. Let's see. Question number 15. What time of the day do you film? At night. Always, always, always at night. I do have a few videos that I shot during the day. But most of the time those videos are, they have audio added in after the fact. So like I'll cut all the audio during the daytime recording and then add my own audio on top of that. Because it's too noisy or, whatever the case may be. But yeah, usually at night, just because everyone else in the world is asleep and I'm able to work and not worry about weird random, crashes and banging and loud motorcycles driving by. Like, I don't have to worry about none of that. I don't have to worry about like birds chirping obnoxiously and dogs barking. Everyone else in the world is asleep, nice and chill, and I can just focus on making really nice sounds. Question 16. What is your favorite video that you've made? Ooh, man, that's a tough one. I want to say one of my favorite videos is my encounter with a werewolf video. And I actually earlier today, I made a playlist on my channel of all of my Halloween related videos, like, Halloween specials. So if you are into that kind of stuff and want to check those out, hit my channel up after this, and there should be a playlist with all my videos, like my Halloween special videos. They're pretty cool. But particularly that one is my favorite because I got to do a bunch of cool visual effects for that. And one of those effects is at the end of the video where I transform into a werewolf, and it's a pretty cool segment. It lasts like maybe a couple seconds, but pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. But pretty much any of my roleplay videos I have a lot of fun with. So, whether it comes to Dr. Victor, Ben the Beardsman, Ash the Vampire, which I've only done one video of him, but I need to do another one. I have billions of ideas for all of these characters and very little time. Let's see. Question number 17. Have one of your videos had an unexpected negative fan reaction? I would say, and this was a couple years ago, but back when I tried to start doing some vlogs, like back before I started like a separate channel for it, and it's what caused me to make a second channel for it, was I started to upload a bunch of vlogs to the same channel because I wanted to branch off to creating more, varied kind of content, and all have it on the same channel, and I figured that people would, it would be easy for people to differentiate based on the title, whether they were watching an ASMR video or a vlog. Everything was pretty clear. But for whatever reason, I had gotten a lot of negative reactions to the vlogs because people, just want to see me do ASMR and don't really care about anything else that I have to offer. And that was kind of weird at the time. So yeah, that was probably some negative reaction that I, not a specific video, but I guess a specific type of content that I was trying to bring to the channel just to, give something fresh and new. I know there's a lot of people that did enjoy the vlogs. Usually any negativity comes from a small minority of people. The majority of people are happy and fine and, don't really say anything. They just like the video or watch it and, it's cool. It's usually just the vocal minority that are the ones that, have apparent issues with things like that. So, if you're a creator, appreciate all the positivity And remember that there is also like a silent majority of positivity, usually around, stuff that you create, around just creators in general. And if it seems like you're getting a lot of negativity, just remember that, like there's a bunch of people that don't have an issue with whatever it is that you're doing. They just, either don't have the time to say anything, or, it's whatever, like they just don't say anything about it. But they're okay with it, because there are just those people that don't like things, and they have to let it be known that, like, hey, I don't like this thing. So don't let that get you down if you happen to be dealing with that, or you do deal with that in the future, because there's tons of great people, amazing people. Let's see, question 18. What videos of yours do you think didn't get the love it deserved? I'd say pretty much everything in that Halloween playlist didn't really get a lot of views. They have like maybe around 5,000 to 15,000 views, I would say. Which, it's a lot of views, right? And a couple thousand views is a lot, but compared to how many subscribers that I have or had at the time that those videos were made, definitely not a lot of views. There's a lot of videos on my channel that just for whatever reason, because of, the YouTube algorithm, people just didn't see it in their submission boxes or whatever. There's plenty of videos that haven't gotten enough love. So I would suggest, if you have the time or you're curious, to go back through my library of videos, because there's tons of good stuff there. I made it a point to make a wide variety of content, so that no matter what, you would find something that you would be interested in. No matter what, you will always find something. At least one thing that you could kind of connect with, or that you could use for relaxation or calming down, or for studying, or whatever. There's something for everyone, I think. So yeah, take some time and have a look through my library. I think you'll find something really cool there. Question number 19. What's something the audience doesn't know about the behind the scenes of your channel? Something the audience doesn't know about the behind the scenes of your channel. There's nothing really to it. It's kind of like, I make videos and I put them up and hope you like it, and like that's it. There's nothing really extra to at least this specific channel. Me as a creator, I have a whole bunch of other different things that I do, but that's aside from ASMR. And like I said before, there was tons of people that only watch me for my ASMR stuff, like they don't really care about anything else that I do. So as far as ASMR goes, there's not really anything other than that. I pretty much kind of whenever I do updates and stuff like that, I pretty much tell you guys what I do. When I was back in college, like, again, I made vlogs and stuff like that, and kind of everyone should have known that I was going to school, and I got my bachelor's, I got my master's degree. Obviously for like the past 6 months, I've been saying like, hey, I'm a tattoo artist. Come follow me, check out my stuff. Come get a tattoo. Let me tattoo you. There was, I guess if anything lately, like back in like January, like between like December and like February, I think I was living out of my car for a little bit, because of the move that I made to start my apprenticeship. Was kind of like hey, I'm just going to go do this thing. So I guess, I don't know, that was kind of interesting. But as far as like, behind the scenes or whatever, it's like there's nothing really interesting. I have a green screen that I use sometimes, a couple lights, and there's nothing really much more to it. Let's see. Question number 20. What's the most absurd request you received from a fan? I get all kinds of weird requests. I don't know. Back in the day, I used to get like, hey, can you do like um, a massaging your feet with cream or lotion kind of video, and I'm like, I don't know. Sounds pretty fetishy to me, and it's just very interesting. Very, very interesting. And I know there's people out there that have done those kinds of videos, and hopefully those videos have quenched the thirst of those individuals that originally requested that. Let's see. Question 21. Do your family and friends know you make ASMR videos? Yeah, absolutely. Pretty much everyone that I know knows that I make ASMR videos. I don't think it's anything that is too weird. I know back, 5-6 years ago, it was kind of a weird thing to bring up to people. But as ASMR kind of gets more publicity, there's tons of videos on YouTube of famous people doing ASMR. I think there was even a commercial made with ASMR in mind. I forget what the commercial was for. I think there was a part of a movie that they implemented like ASMR version stuff like that. So yeah, as the years progress and as more people kind of understand, like, oh hey, ASMR like really helps. Like it's a real thing. It's been less of a weird thing to talk to other people about. So yeah, I mean, I tell everybody, I'm like, hey, have trouble sleeping? Check out my YouTube channel. It might help you. Let's see. Question 22. Have you ever been recognized in public? I have. I have indeed. And it was funny, because it happened during a meet and greet. A couple years ago, I had a GoFundMe that where we raised a bunch of money to allow me to travel to different cities so that I could have meet and greets and meet some of you guys. And they were absolutely fantastic. And gosh, that was such a good time. I got to meet so many good people. But during the first meet and greet, after it was done, we had our meet and greet. We kind of walked and talked a little bit. As I was leaving, somebody had walked by and was like, "Hey, are you?" Well, I think my name at the time did I change my name at the time? Regardless, they were like, "Hey, are you so and so?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up, man? Did you come for the meet and greet?" And the guy was like, "No, I didn't even know you were having a meet and greet." I'm like, "What?" So yeah, he had recognized me like right before I was leaving, and I guess he said that he was a friend of I forget her name. She was another ASMR creator. I haven't seen her create a video in a while, but man, I can't remember her name. But anyway, he was a fan of another ASMR. He was a friend of another ASMR creator, and I guess somehow he found out that, like, or he just happened to come across me, and that was pretty interesting. And then I've met a couple of other fans in different places, like at the airport, a bunch of other different places. But yeah, it's really interesting meeting people in real life and getting to hear their story, and that's pretty much the entire reason why I even did the meet and greet thing, was because I wanted to hear your stories. I wanted to know how you found my videos, how they've helped you, and learn a little bit more about you, on a one-to-one basis, But yeah, if you guys are interested, I did vlog those meet and greets, and you can find them on my channel. So if you want to check those out, those are pretty fun videos. Let's see. Question 23. What inspires your video ideas? Oh my goodness. I don't even know. I have no idea. I mean, pretty much anything and everything is an inspiration to some of the videos I create. Whether it's inspiration from other ASMR creators, like I said earlier in the stream, Darkest Star ASMR. His videos, when I first found him, were a huge inspiration because he was just doing like crazy role plays with like the most basic equipment you could find. They weren't high production, high quality videos, but the performance that he put on was just such a huge inspiration. And then just growing up with like cartoons and superhero movies, and being a big fan of superheroes, and like just acting and entertainment and stuff in general was like a huge inspiration. Yeah, I mean, just pretty much everything. I don't really know. I guess for that question, if somebody were to ask me, you'd have to be kind of specific on like a certain type of video, and I'd be able to like be a little bit more specific about what inspired this video or that video or whatever. Let's see. Question 24: Where do you find yourself spending the most time online? Online? I'd probably say between Twitter and Instagram. Because I do post a lot of my tattoo stuff on my Instagram. And Twitter is just, I don't know. It's funny. I used to hate Twitter. I used to hate Twitter with a passion. I guess back when it first came out, just because like it just seemed so useless. But as time went on and Twitter started to become a bigger thing, it was like, okay, now this platform kind of makes sense. And as I started to use it more, it just became a lot easier to be like, hey, throw a quick message out and people should see it, Instagram has like crazy algorithms, so like you could post a picture and nobody will see it, until 2 days from now when it shows up at the top of their feed, and it's like, why? They should see it immediately, Same thing with YouTube. Like, you might not see videos in your subscription box in a chronological order, I think Twitter does a pretty good job of keeping recent things up there. I know. I think I don't know if Twitter has an algorithm. I think they do, but I haven't found it to be what's the word I'm looking for? Too interfering with my daily use of it. So it's pretty good. So yeah, I'm usually between Twitter and Instagram, mostly. I don't really like Facebook. I detest Facebook with a passion. So I try not to go on there too much, because I find you always somehow find yourself, clicking on some random picture or video and then seeing, the comment section with like 50 million people arguing with each other, and it's just such a giant pool of stress that you just don't need, and it happens all the time. It's everywhere on Facebook. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. So I just stick to Twitter. But yeah. Let's see. Question 25. What advice would you give someone who wanted to make their own ASMR content? Oh, that's a good question. I think I guess it depends on what you're creating ASMR videos for. Like if you want to kind of give back to the community that's helped you so much, I think that's pretty awesome. If you're trying to, like, I don't know, become like the next big YouTuber or whatever, try to make some money or whatever, I'd say don't do it. And I think this is across the board, but pretty much everything that you could possibly think of with a type of video has been done over and over and over again by now. Like everything is so saturated, not just ASMR, but like everything, everything is so saturated. So like, I would just do it to do it, do it for fun, and just to see like what you could personally create with it, how you could add your own flavor to it. But don't expect anything crazy to happen. Don't expect to go viral. Don't expect to like, blow up like how some people do, because some people just blow up by chance, and it just happens. And some people, they blow up because their content is actually like really good. It's still the wild, wild west here on the internet, and especially on YouTube. So yeah, I don't know, if you're just starting out and wanting to create ASMR videos, just do it for fun. Do it to maybe fill some of the gaps that you find. If you're an avid viewer of ASMR and you find that there's certain types of videos that aren't being made, make those types of videos. Because you'll probably find that you're fulfilling a niche for other people that have been looking for those kinds of videos, and that's how you develop an audience, especially while starting out. So yeah, I don't know. Try to fill in the gaps here or there, because yeah, everything's been saturated, but there's always room for someone to do a certain thing either better or more interesting or just more different than everyone else. So yeah, I don't know. Have fun with that. And that was the last question. That was 25 questions of the ASMR tag. I think that was pretty good. Pretty good way to be super, I don't know, informative, and let some of the new viewers in on a little bit more information that maybe you didn't know before. Because I know a lot of you guys that have been around for a while probably know all the stuff that I've said already. It's hard not to repeat yourself with certain questions, especially if you've been around for a while. Because I've been creating ASMR for 4.5 years now. Like I said, I started back in 2014, like April, May timeframe. It was around the time when I made my first video. And then started making more videos pretty much consistently after that. So, yeah, I've been around for a while. But, yeah, I'm going to scroll through the chat now. Again, shout out if you're watching this after the fact and you've made it all the way this far. I love you. You're absolutely amazing. Thank you. And then obviously to those of you that are still here, you're absolutely awesome. Thank you for hanging out with me. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Did you guys enjoy that? I'm sorry I haven't been answering questions in the chat, but I wanted to, make the video and answer the tag questions. Let's see, what do we got here? We'll do some regular ASMR stuff. But like I said earlier, hopefully you've been having a good week. I hope you like my Jason tattoo. Thank you. Yeah, today I did a Jason Voorhees mask, kind of in a traditional style with like flowers and stuff around it. It's pretty cool. Again, you can see that on my Instagram. Maybe I can show a picture of it on here. Maybe, perhaps, maybe. Can I show it? There's kind of an overexposed photo of it. Yeah, I did that today. That was fun. All month long at the shop, we're doing like a deal, like a Halloween deal for flash art or anything kind of, spooky that's a decent size. So if you happen to live in South Carolina, come down to my shop, or the shop that I work at, and I'd love to tattoo you. That'd be great. That would be wonderful. Do I still have a PS4? Of course. Yeah, I just beat Spider-Man, I think last week or the week before that. 100%ed it. That was good. A really good game. I beat God of War before that. Really good games. I'm just waiting for The Last of Us to come out. I guess Red Dead Redemption or Red Dead 2 to come out. I want to get that on PC if it ever does, but I don't know if there's word if that's coming to PC or not, or if that's just going to stay on the PlayStation and Xbox. I hope it gets to the PC. God, because the graphics are going to be absolutely amazing. Your tattoo work is amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been tattooing for 9 months now, and it's been a ride. It's been very interesting, seeing my progression from where I started to where I am now. It's actually pretty awesome. I think I've been doing a pretty good job. Usually for to get your certification as a tattoo artist, you need about 1,000 hours of tattooing, and that at a minimum, and then it's up to your lead artist's discretion of whether to pronounce that you are proficient enough to be a tattoo artist. So I think I still need about another 6 months before I feel comfortable comfortable enough to say like, hey, I think I'm comfortable in shooting for my certificate, to be able to say that I am a tattoo artist. I still feel like there's a lot of techniques and things that I would love to learn, and just get in a lot more volume as far as like pieces that I've done. I'd like to get in a lot more volume, just to make sure I have these certain techniques down. So yeah, it's a process. It's definitely a process, but it's one of those things where I'm happy. Even though it's tough and demanding and energy reducing, I absolutely love my job. I love it so much. I love walking into the shop every day. I love just being in the shop every day, and just being there, being in the atmosphere. Hearing the sweet sound of a tattoo machine. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, it's fantastic. You want watercolor tattoos so much? You should definitely do your research when you go to get a watercolor tattoo, and make sure that the artist that you want to do it knows what how to do watercolor for sure. I mean, just researching in general for any piece that you want to get is essential. Making sure that the artist can do what you are asking of them. That way, at the end of the session, you guys are both happy with the work. You got your first tattoo 2 weeks ago. Nice. What'd you get? What did you get? What are your opinions on having wrist tattoos? I don't mind. I have, I guess, technically wrist tattoos. I guess it doesn't really depend on what it is either, because your tattoo is personal for you. Obviously, if it looks like crap and you got it from Billy Bob out of his basement, then yeah, I might judge you a little bit. But there's not really much I can say about it. I think that when it comes to certain designs that you might see on Pinterest, you have to keep in mind, that some of those photos can be touched up and even fake at some points, or just unrealistic. So, for example, I've had people come in asking for tattoos like right here, in like literally in this area where your wrist bends, or like where was a weird one? It was like right here or like right here, just like in the most awkward places, and I'm like, why? What was your inspiration for getting it in that specific place? Because you have to think ahead of time, like, okay, if I bend my wrist a lot, maybe perhaps the tattoo that I think I want there might fade away faster, or might not heal correctly because there's so much movement there, so it's things that I guess people that don't really take the time to do their research don't really take the time to do their research. But it's part of my job to help educate individuals like that who don't know better, because it's not necessarily their fault, right? It's part of our job to help educate you on what will work and what won't work. It's just interesting when situations like that happen, because in my head I'm like, why? Why do you want that certain tattoo in that specific location? Like it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. But yeah, I don't usually, and I guess I don't know. It can be a problem with certain shops, and certain people in the tattoo industry who aren't open to talking to people. And I guess maybe after many years of having the same question over and over again, I guess that could cause a tattoo artist to become a little jaded and a little just tired of specific certain questions. But I don't know. Obviously I'm still early on, so I'm just like, hey, I don't mind talking to you and helping to educate you on on why this is a good idea or why this is not a good idea. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's just good to at least be a little bit open to hearing somebody out and then, kind of talking them through to find out why, they're making a specific choice for a tattoo. Great to see you again tonight. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Like I said earlier in the stream, I have fun doing these lives. Again, a little bit more than just sitting down making a traditional video. Like I'd rather just go live and make some ASMR sounds, and I guess it's beneficial for you because you end up with like an hour-long video rather than like a 15-minute one. That's kind of interesting actually. Like it's almost easier for me to sit here and do a live stream than it is to sit and make an ASMR video. Why is that? I mean, I guess again, like I mentioned earlier, it could be because of the interaction in the chat, and it just keeps it nice and fresh and interesting. And it's not just me by myself, hunkered down in front of my microphone making sounds. You don't have to edit. That's also true. That's actually a great point that you brought up. I don't really have to edit these. Once YouTube is done processing these, I cut out like the beginning and end part so that it starts right away, and then it's already on YouTube. I don't have to worry about it. I don't know. It's interesting. But hey, if it helps me make more videos, and I think that's a good thing. Instead of overthinking things and feeling like I don't have the energy to sit down and make a regular video, I would rather be able to feel like I can do these more, and I think it's good. But I think the next live stream will just be more of a traditional sounds video. Not really sure what exactly the sounds will be, but I'll decide when that day comes. I don't really have a specific schedule in mind. I know I do want to do like a live stream like every couple of days, every 3-4 days we'll do another live stream. And then just kind of, keep the momentum up like that. And if you guys have any suggestions for videos that you'd like to see me do, or you'd like to help support the channel, and be able to like pick what video I do next, I do have a Patreon. For $1 you get access to what is it called? I'm having a brain stoppage. Patreon specific videos that you'll only see on Patreon. There's some really good stuff that I can't post on YouTube because it would get instantly demonetized. Exclusive. Thank you, Elena. I appreciate that. Yes, Patreon exclusive videos, stuff that like that you won't see here on YouTube. So for $1, if you want to help out the channel, it'd mean a lot to me. I'll love you forever. And then there's other tiers on there where you can choose, what video I make next and stuff like that. And yeah, it's pretty good. But I think I'm going to go. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I really, really, really appreciate you. Everyone that is here live, you are fantastic. Please check the description box for links to my social media and all that good stuff. Hit that like button. I don't usually say that, but I don't know. Maybe I should start saying that. Hit the like button. Smash that like button. Oh my god. And you know what? I might rant. I might rant on the next ASMR live stream, cause like one of the one of the reasons why it might have seemed like I was kind of gone from YouTube for a little bit was because like a part of me is like so just tired of the YouTube tropes, you know, like the dudes like I've unsubbed from like so many people that I used to be subscribed to because I can't have it anymore. I can't have the what's up guys, smash that like button, blah 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 blah. You know, you have to like upload 50 videos a day just to be seen. Like it's the whole process of being like a YouTuber is just so uh, it's so annoying. I can't like I just I can't do it anymore. So yeah, that was one of the reasons why I just didn't have the the mental headspace to like you know be here because I was just so like I don't even want any part of this, you know, because you feel like you have to upload 50 million videos a day and you know be super eccentric and out there just to be relevant, you know, and that sucks, you know. I feel like it used to be about you know the quality of video, your work used to just speak for itself, and it would go, you know, you would put it up, throw, you know, like how I used to do, throw it out into the void, and people would pick it up, and it would do well, and everything was great. Everything was great, and then somehow everything broke, and clickbait became a thing, and obnoxiousness became a thing, and it's like, what happened? What happened? I have no idea. But yeah, I don't know. But we're here. We're here. We're doing our thing. We're making it happen. We're still giving people relaxation and tingles and all that good stuff. All that good stuff. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I'll probably pop on Twitch sometime this weekend if you are into video games and stuff like that. I'll probably be doing like video game ASMR stuff over on Twitch because Twitch does have a ASMR category now, and I'd like to be able to make some content on there and see if I could find more pudding cups that might enjoy watching what I have to offer. So if you're into that, then join me on there. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. I love you. I hope you take care. And as always, keep dreaming. Good night, guys.